Hey guys, it's Marissa, kitchentablestamper.com. This is our fun little project for today. Little happy fall, y'all. It's a wrapper for one of these little Kit Kat pumpkin pie minis. Look at this. Okay, so it does just slide in and out. Don't have to do anything. You can put a glue dot behind there if you want to, but it holds it nicely. And my fun discovery is that this label right here from the Halloween Magic dies is the perfect size for this little mini Kit Kats. So this will be fun going into Halloween and Christmas season too, because Kit Kats always got little special editions for the holidays. So this is going to be a whole lot of fun, I think. That's my discovery. I'm excited to share with you. And I got a really quick housekeeping for you. I had some questions about the Merry Moose Have a Hoot Stamp a Stack. I've had some questions. So I'm going to real quick show you the cards. I'm not even going to take them out of the plastic. I'm sorry, they're reflective. Merry Moose Have a Hoot Stamp a Stack is going to pop in the blog next week, probably mid next week, and that's when the kits will be available on the Kitchen Table Stamper store. The kit will make 2 each of this design, 2 each of this design, 2 each of this design, and 2 each of this design. It's not exactly a wonder recipe like the previous Stamp-A-Stacks have been, but all of your designer series papers are the same size. So it's going to be kind of that like Stamp-A-Stack idea. We're going to make 8. That was the Merry Moose version. The exact same kits make 2 of this card if you want to do it the Have a Hoot version, 2 of this card, again the Have a Hoot version, 2 of this card, 2 of this card. So that's the next Stamp-A-Stack. Everybody's asking where they're at. They won't be available until about middle of next week when the class starts. But they're coming. That's a sneak peek. And let's get started. I'm going to start out with a piece of crumb cake cardstock. You could do smaller than this if you're not stamping, but I'm very particular if you haven't noticed. And I wanted my buffalo check pattern to be perfect. And so it was easier to do that starting out with a little bit bigger piece. You can see that 3.5 by 5.5 is generous. So you could just cut your piece if you're using, say, a designer series paper or a cardstock, or if you're going to emboss your cutout, you can start with a smaller piece. But I've got crumb cake 3.5 by 5.5 and my buffalo check background stamp. I'm gonna just pop that right on the table there, and I'm gonna ink it with soft suede. We're gonna get some pattern on our cardstock before we cut it out. So soft suede, I'm going a little bit kind of tone on tone. We're going in browns and neutrals. I'm also probably going to make a few that are mint macaron and use the multicolor stripe paper. So mix it up. I got a whole bag of these pumpkin pie, and these guys need to get wrapped before I eat them all. It's really getting desperate around here. All right, so my stamp's all inked. Got my cardstock. I'm going to lay it on the paper so that I get really nice straight pattern as best as I can get, and then I'm going to burnish. All right, then let's lift that up. There's my fun buffalo check, and then put this aside to wash. All right, then since we're stamping, let's keep going. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Pierce mat. I've got a scrap of very vanilla cardstock, and then a piece that's 1/2 by 2 3/4. Stampin' pads are mint macaron, Cajun craze, and soft suede. And my stamps for this project are from the Banner Year stamp set. I love this little iconic all occasion set. We're gonna use a little pumpkin, and happy fall, y'all. All right, got a Cajun craze pumpkin. I just re-inked my Cajun craze, so I'm gonna try not to make a mess, but oh good, yes. When I was stamping earlier today, I had so much ink on the stamp that my pumpkin didn't have its little ridges. And I got mint macaron. I'm gonna stamp the leaf is what we're interested in. And then I'm gonna do a quick swipe. If you were playing mystery card with us yesterday, you saw me do this matching little pumpkin with banner ear. I'm really loving the color combination of Cajun Craze and Mint Macaron. It's really great warm fall color. All right, and I got soft suede. That's for our pumpkin stem. That's what we're concerned about getting here. Ooh, I stamped it in the right place. That's always a bonus. And then Happy Fall, y'all, with soft suede on our vanilla strip. I'm going to just do this guy centered. Nice. We're going to cut out the pumpkin and have a little edge of vanilla around. All right, there's our dude. We got a little glue tab there. Let's put some glue on it. That's a multi-purpose liquid glue, and I'm just gonna put a little dot on there and drop the leaf right on. See if I glue it to the pumpkin immediately, I can't lose it. There. All right, so we're moving right along. I'm gonna slide everything to the side because we need our Simply Score tool here and our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So let's start with that. We're gonna die cut our label. I'm going to set the machine. So I've got 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to pop our buffalo check. And now we can line up so that our check starts and stops the same way. So see, I've got it starting on a crumb cake, then we got a soft suede, then I've got it ending on a crumb cake row, and then top to bottom, same thing. I really want nice straight lines though. That's a problem with a strong horizontal vertical pattern like this. Gotta take a little extra second to make sure that it lines up right. All right, give that guy a crank. Such a simple little treat. For a Kit Kat wrapper, like on its side like that, we need a 1/2 inch right out of the middle. So this is where we need a little math. I'm gonna take my Simply Score tool and I'm gonna pop this little guy in, and we find that it's 4 1/4 wide. So 1/2 of 4 1/4 is 2 1/8. You see, so that would be the middle, but we need a 1/2 inch on center. So from the 2 1/8, we're gonna go 1/4 inch and score. So that's at 2 3/8. And then, there we go. Again, we're gonna go from the 2 1/8, 1/4 inch and score. So that's 1 7/8. So when you pop it in on the 4 1/4 inch side, 1 7/8, and then 2 3/8. Did you see how I figured that out though? So now you can take any die that you have and kind of figure out that 1/2 inch on center. Measure the whole thing, find the center, 1/4 inch to the right, 1/4 inch to the left. Does that help anybody? Give a little crease on this line. And then flip it around. Ooh, it's just so cute. I can't wait to play with it for Halloween. It's a great shape for Halloween too. I love this because it's such a great size for this candy that you don't really need any adhesive. You could put, if you wanted to, a little glue dot on the back, but it's gonna tie up nice and snug. I'm gonna take a 1/4 inch circle punch and punch a hole centered. And then look at this stuff. Basket weave metallic ribbon combo pack. I have not used this ribbon until today, and let me tell you, it is just such a cool texture. It feels like fabric, like, I mean, almost like an upholstery fabric, and it's got the best weave pattern. Is the camera picking up how cool that is? It's a really neat ribbon. You're gonna do about 6 inches. Just thread through a little bit of extra because I do find that it wants to unweave. All right, so would say that's about 6 inches probably. We're going to go ahead and cut it away from the spool. I'm going to leave a little extra length there because I'll probably fray check or melt the edge so that it doesn't unweave. And we've got, it's Buddy, the metallic. So that's a basket weave. Here's the metallic. It's a gorgeous copper. Works great with the Gilded Autumn Designer Series paper. And this one, I've been tying off the spool as much as possible lately. I have less waste that way. But about 8 or 9 inches is probably going to do. It's a nice thin ribbon. And it's got a really cool texture. Kind of a rough texture. I don't know. They're both just neat ribbons. Kind of special. All right, I feel good about that. Just tie a little bow to secure and trim away from the spool. Flagging the ends using a little tailored tag punch here. That one's kind of crooked. I think I made it more crooked instead of more straight. We're giving Barbie a haircut now. And this should be about 2 3/4 when you're done with it. Start out with 2 3/4 to 3 inches and then just give it some chicken lips. Look at this gorgeous foil paper. It's not the biggest sample of it, but this is the Gilded Autumn Designer Series paper. There's our little early espresso houndstooth. And then see that copper foil really picks up with that ribbon. Let me get some multi-purpose liquid glue here, and we're going to adhere on our greeting in our Designer Series paper. This is 2 3/8. And I found that it's a tiny bit wide on the bottom because of that taper, but it works just perfect across the top here where it lands. About 3/4 of an inch wide. Then happy fall, y'all. A little multi-purpose liquid glue. And overlap that. Oh my gosh, I just love this little treat. So simple and cute. And then for this guy, now this is starting to taper or curve backwards because it's over the candy and then being pulled together by the ribbon. So I'm going to grab a Stampin' Dimensional. Let's see here. Perfect. I've got a 1/2 dimensional and I'm going to put it on the top half of our pumpkin so that it lifts this top half of the pumpkin to be more level with the happy fall y'all greeting. Just a little touch, a little detail. And there it is. Happy fall, y'all. What do you think? We need a few of these. Set it up. Maybe make a picture later. All right. If you've got questions about the project or the products or the Merry Moose, have a hoot, stamp a stack. If there's anything you do to help you stay crafty, email marisa@kitchentablestamper.com. And to pick up Banner Year or maybe the Hallows Night Magic Bundle, you could buzz over to marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. I'm off to go get some stuff done. Have a great weekend. I'll see you tomorrow, Camp Wanna Stampers.